Round 2, seeing Slipknot tonight. And I got a brand new review for you. This is one that I said I was going to do last week, and now I'm doing it this week. And this is an anime called Shiki. Now basically, Shiki, in a nutshell, is a horror genre anime with mystery and blood and guts and pretty much death. A Shiki is basically like a vampire. I guess that's what it's called in Japan, it's a vampire, but then there's different type of Shikis, like a werewolf Shiki and whatnot. So, we have this small town. Very rural, very desolate, out in the middle of nowhere. Small village is more like it. In this village, people start getting sick. At first they don't know what it is. Then it slowly, because it starts with one person, then it becomes two, and then doubles and multiplies and triples and amplifies, and then eventually it becomes a freaking epidemic on their hand. And it's a lot of people. But what a lot of people come to realize is that this started happening almost exactly around the time when these new people moved in. They have these freaking eyes that look scary as shit. The coolest looking eyes I've ever seen, as far as like a monster is concerned. I gotta be honest, when it first started, it took forever to get into. I mean, this is 22 episodes long, so it's a slow burn. It took a long time to get to the action, because it's a mystery at first, and then it basically tells the tale of all these different characters. There you have a doctor, you have these group of teenagers, you have just monks, all groups that come together at the end. And it's just really, it takes forever to get into. I almost wanted to drop this, but I said to my friend that I was going to watch this. So then I pushed through it, and I was glad that I did, honestly, because once you get past the first half, the second half is like a roller coaster. I just kept watching it and going and going and going, and I was like, yes, okay, we finally got something, and I was satisfied. It had a typical old school horror ending, and yeah, it was an ending that pretty much you really don't see that much of that, really. It's in the end, okay, I'm going to spoil it for people that want to see it. So in the end, the good guys kind of won, but really didn't. The bad guys got away for the most of them died, but some of them got away. And a lot of people who were had certain faiths and certain beliefs at the beginning did a complete 180 and didn't feel the same way after that. And I thought that was pretty interesting. But there was some problems with the show, like for example, just some of the characters who really just needed to go away stayed longer than they intended to. The character designs were stupid. One guy had blue hair but also had cat ears. There was a few people that had the cat ear looking thing. I don't know if those were real cat ears or if that was just the hair. And then just some of the sharp angles in the hair and just the edges, it just looked weird to me, and I didn't really like the way that the characters looked. And the characters, other than the doctor, all the characters were very forgettable. There was a few. The one with the purple hair and flannel jacket was okay, and the preacher was cool. But the doctor, if he wasn't in the show would have sucked. And he made the show because he was the most interesting character. He was the most interesting character, bar none. So, overall, I would say definitely give this one a watch. don't go out of your way to buy it, just rent it. I don't know if I'd ever watch this show again, but I'm not disappointed that I watched it. I'm happy that I stuck with it and that I got through it, but I just wish that it would have. I just wish it would have gotten there a lot quicker than what it did. 11 episodes is a lot to ask for, especially when it's basically just taken forever to get to that point. But once you get past episode 11 and get to episode 12, it's very rewarding, and you feel like all that wait just paid off once you got to that point. That is why overall I give Shiki a 3 out of 5. I would have given it a much lower score of maybe 2 or even a 1.5 or whatever, but because it had just such a good overall and satisfying ending, I give it a 3. And that was my review of Shiki. Hope you like my hair. Hope you like the review. I'm hoping to get back to doing this regularly. The summer anime season's slowly coming to an end. About another month it'll be over. A couple of good shows, a couple of not so good shows, and overall just an alright season. So alright, thank you very much from Everything Animated. Give me a like if you love Slipknot.